Okay, hello everyone. This is part 6. I'm going to continue on with the trees. And right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to use liquid masking for some of the little openings in the trees that you see right here in that area. Alright, so this is what I have. You can buy it. It's good with the watercolor world. So what it is, it's like rubber cement. So I have right here, this is a tool for clay, I think, shaping clay. So it's a rubber tip, so I can literally go in here and I can look at my photo reference on the side down here, and I could try to put in a few little marks. Got to make sure you have enough on there. I never used this before for this. It can really ruin your paintbrushes, but you can put a little dish soap in your paintbrush, and I'm going to zoom in on that. The dish soap will turn the camera down. Okay, so the dish soap will keep the brush from getting all ruined from this product. Okay, so I'm just looking at the picture and I'm trying to decide where I want to put a little bit of this. You can almost bounce it around. You don't have to really, you just want to mimic it a little bit. You can probably even use a toothpick. Matter of fact, I'm going to try a toothpick. Hold on one second. Okay. So we get a toothpick out, and hopefully we can try to use this for, whoops, there's one little opening. Again, I'm experimenting with this. I have my brush here too, but some of these marks are really tiny, and I do not want to use my really good Winsor & Newton brush for this because I just don't want to take a chance and ruin it. Okay, it's little speckles. That looks good. All right. Not much going on elsewhere. I'm going to put a little bit more, get rid of some of this, put a little bit more over in here. A couple little marks. I am going to use the brush to show you too. I have a little dish soap on it. Okay, one second. I think I'll put a little water in the brush and spin the brush so you could take your palette and, where is the brush here? Let's see. And you spin it into kind of a point again. All right. That's what they call paleting the brush, when you literally are using it to work the brush back into shape. Pinstripers do it, and sign guys. I was a sign painter, and we were always making the brush be very pointed or whatever I needed, to do the job. The little fine brushes for outlining cartoons on the side of a truck or whatever with the enamels. So I hope you can see this. Some of the pieces are a little bigger than marks, I should say. I'll just put a few where I want. I'm not seeing any really over on the other side. There's a couple, but having said that, they're kind of out of focus, so I'll put a bigger mark here, and now I have to zoom out a little bit so you can see that. Okay, so I'm in this area over here. Okay, so some of these marks are literally blurry. All right, it's really all I need because the trees, well, actually I do see a few more. The trees over in this section are really, really showing a lot of little tiny dots. Off camera, if I was freehanding and I was getting in close and didn't have the camera to worry about blocking my vision a little bit, then I could probably do some tight airbrushing with the Micron and do all this stuff. But all right, so I put a little extra in there. I can always cover over them. Let me patch this and patch that one. I don't know if you're seeing everything, but you get the idea. Okay, so yeah, the camera's not showing every little spot. Put one more right there. Okay, they're going to dry. In the meantime, you want to get the brush, which does have the dish soap on it, right back into a little water cleaner and spare it. You know, spare the brush from getting ruined. The dish soap helps that, but too much dish soap also makes that rubber cement harder to get off. So the brush is kind of coming back, but it's one of those things. If you do use the liquid masking, you can get these throwaway brushes that you don't care about that are cheap or something. But in the meantime, I want to just point out that this bottle here, okay, of the fine line masking, has its own little needle built right in. I would have used that, but the last time I used it, it was clogged, and you could see that right there, that you can go in and really draw with this and put that masking right where you want it. But I think I have to get a needle and kind of go after the inside of that. But I didn't feel like messing with that at the moment. So for now, let's get back to the airbrushing of the trees. Okay, we used a little toothpick. We used a little of the masking. I also have this shield, that cutout stencil, I should say, that you can spray through. So let me just put a piece of paper up, because remember, you're spraying through the openings. It might not be where you want the actual design. So you would just put it up where you want it, and you freehand in the openings. I'll just spray a little there in the middle. I'll spray a little off the edge too, so you can see that too. Okay, so, and then you pull that away and you get texture. You get really interesting stuff. You can go in and you can work around it. This is better to demonstrate because this is actually a bigger shape. And then with the Micron, using pump strokes, you can go in with a back and forth kind of motion like this and connect shapes and shade in areas that you want to shade in, leave openings. So it's kind of like a framework. You can tint over it. Depends on what you want this to do. Texture on a rock. You know, it's really a nice thing to have. The stencils are great. So, all right, I do have the masking on here, so I'm just going to go in and do a little freehand painting. I see kind of a blurry, hopefully, let me back this out a little bit more. Sorry. All right, about there. Hopefully that'll be good. All right, so there's like a little attachment piece right here. And just to get the paint moving, I'm pumping the stroke. I already have the masking down, so I can kind of just color in, oops, a little less air. I have the MAC valve, remember, which I can control the air. This paint was sitting. It seems like it might be a little too liquidy, but let's try it. Yeah, tip dry. Okay, a little more air pressure, and I'm getting it to behave a little better. Because remember, where you get spots like that, that area on the painting is solid. So you back away a little further and second coat it. You don't want to put this paint on, you know, heavy like I did with the sky. You want to put it on little by little and get this to do its thing here. I'm going to pull the needle out of the gun and go after a little possible clog on the needle inside. It's good to wipe it off once in a while. Yeah, see the paint back so far on the needle? When there's a clog, whether it's a t-shirt gun or whatever, the paint can't get out as it would normally, and it starts going back down the needle towards the trigger, which could be a really bad thing, especially with the t-shirt guns, because that paint is so, its viscosity is very thick, and it can really mess up the trigger and areas like that. So a little better flow here. I'm going to work this kind of freehand just along here. I do have the masking there, so you just paint like you paint in solid. When you get near the edge, you have to pay attention to your reference to decide if it's going to be a soft edge, like blurry, like this one's blurry over here, above that sharper one. You go in tighter, and I'll do it over here where you can see it. You can go in real tight, and you can make the airbrush do what you want it to do. Or you can go further away, filling in, just like with the sky, filling in larger areas. So you can, with this micron, create some really nice things as far as without using the masking. These edges are blurry. I'm going to aim down, and I'm going to kind of start lower and just work my way near the edge, creating the shapes, but at the same time having a blurry edge. I'll be second coating this and going on, to different, there's even a little color around the tree that would be maybe almost like a brighter pink right around the edge of the tree. So let's get this working. There's liquid masking there. Tip dry, you got to go after it more than I am. Got to go after it every I'm going to say 10 seconds, 15 seconds. You really should, of spraying, you should go after it. Little tweaky marks here, whatever you want to call them. I'm just kind of sketching. I'm just letting the airbrush wiggle around and create the shapes for me. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. When it floods like that, now these aren't covered anymore. I already pulled off the tape there. So I'll just work around them. Right where I'm going does have masking. I don't want the video to be real long. I want it to be, because it's repeating. It's a lot of repeating the same thing as over here. But this is a little more interesting because you've got openings in the tree that create really nice little see-throughness. Yeah, so just going to do a bigger area over here just to kind of show you how you can get bigger areas done quicker, like the sky. You can even air dry this liquid masking. I just have the air on right now. I'll put up higher, just drying it. You could probably use a hair dryer, but I didn't test that one, so I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you something that's not going to work. All right, I'm going to go around this. You can't use a stencil here. You have to kind of keep it out of focus. Back off, go to the corner. Whoops. A little bit of too much air from before, so I'm going to just rework that shot. Come over here and bring that up. There we go. That's nice. Nice thing with a tree is there's a lot of forgiveness. Okay, so you get the idea, and I am going to use tape, masking tape, to remove that liquid frisket. Watercolor artists, watercolorists, they use liquid masking a lot because of what it can do. You know, the white of the paper on watercolor is your white paint. You know, so say you want a seagull in a stormy sky with watercolor, you can get a fine brush and do the seagull with the I better not talk as much, but anyway, with the fine brush you can paint masking on into the shape of a seagull. That's what I'm trying to say. And there, so got a little bit done. I think we could probably, I'll go a little darker right here, take some of that liquid masking and remove it now. And then everything else is just repeating. So you would take the tape, masking tape, put it right down on the surface and pull up. And you get a lot of openings. Okay. Now I have to go in and tweak it darker. I probably should have sprayed darker to begin with. And so there's too many in there too. But that's a good thing. So now I'm going to get a new piece of masking tape for over here. Because you want, this is one time you want the sticky tape to work for you, as opposed to tape that, you know, sometimes I'll take tape and take it to my jeans and take some of the glue off of it so that it won't be so strong towards the surface, or just tapes that aren't as sticky, maybe, you know, like the blue tape, maybe not as good for this. So now you just pull low and flat and you'll see the openings. And there we go. Probably a few more than I need, but I'm going to continue on painting these trees. You already see what I'm doing. I'm going to continue not making the video at this point for this part, and I'll make the next one where we'll be going in, and once I get the trees finished, which I have to go back over here, and I have to get this to be sharper. I had lost my frisket on that before. I have to paint this to be, I'm not sure if that's metal. I was calling it glass before, but there's no light coming through it. So it's like a dull, you know, galvanized metal maybe. And then there's the bluish color of the sky that will be that, you know, that color. So that's what that is actually. And then the tweaking of this beautiful little sunset inside the lamp. I have a lot of little things to do in here, and I'll do that in a video so you can see it. And that'll be the last. So the next video will be the lamp post, the actual finishing of this part. All right, so I'll back out on this so you can see it. All right, there it is. And just like I said, you just take the airbrush. Let's just do a little tiny bit more just to show you how I could cover some of these. The tip dry, more air pressure. I'm going to go in here and just hide some of them. That's why I want to work off camera on some of it too, because like I said, I can really do my finer details without the camera on because of where the camera is at this point. You know, I'll go around this for you so you can see. I'm pumping the air's on, and I'm pumping the airbrush, like a pump stroke, I call it. They call it, and that's what I call it. And then you can just fill in and get darker. Now down here, this one really isn't there, so I'm going to take that out. This one's there, so it's more of a peachy color of the sky coming through. That I didn't spray that down there. And just watch out for your overspray so you don't kill an area, meaning, again, I'm telling you to remove the tip dry, rock the needle. You can spit it off to the side because I'm preoccupied making the video and I'm not going after the tip dry and getting those beautiful little things that this micron can do. And now I'm getting them tip dry. So you have to do that a lot with this precision gun. It doesn't work any other way. It's something that builds up on the needle very quickly, but it's a quick fix. Hold the airbrush away, get a fuzzier shape, and tip dry. It's annoying but you got to do it. All right, so you get the idea. The trees are pretty much coming along. It's a pretty easy area. Just got to take your time and work the details. So that's it for now. Thanks for checking out the the videos. Had a lot of subscribers. I've been trying to share on the different airbrush groups, and I went over 524 or 25 subscribers now. So I'm over the 500 mark. My son might join in with me. He's very good with the computer, and he writes music. He can maybe put music in my videos and other things that he can do. He's very good with all the technical stuff, and so he won't be painting. He'll be kind of joining me on the channel to make the channel more professional, having words on the screen, slowing down, so maybe where I could do a voiceover, that kind of stuff. He's thinking about it right now, and he likes the fact that my channel grew. When you have 2 subscribers, it's hard to get somebody to want to join in with you. But it's been about a year now, I think, and I'm just plugging away. So anyway, take care. Thanks for checking these out. See you on the next video.